This is every single Easter egg, cameo, and hidden detail that I was able to find in Deadpool and Wolverine, and a lot of these are really going to blow your mind, so make sure you're wearing your white and brown pants today. I am going to be talking spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like, follow, but come back later because I do want to hear your thoughts. Final warning. The first cameo we get is Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan, but just like me and your mom on Valentine's Day, this is nothing I haven't seen before. But what's really interesting is in the room that he's interviewing Deadpool in. We see Cap's prototype shield that has made an appearance in various MCU movies. This Forbes cover of Pepper Potts from Iron Man 3. This exact picture of Tony Stark and Peter Parker, only they had to cover Peter Parker's face because they don't own the rights to Spider-Man. So instead, they covered his face with the mask from the little kid from Iron Man 2 who was confirmed to be Peter Parker. Hi, Yukio. Deadpool visits Wolverine's gravesite from the end of Logan. They fucking lied about not touching the end of Logan. And after seeing that bye 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 intro, it was worth it. We then get reintroduced to the TVA, which is when Deadpool goes on a Wolverine hunting spree. The first Wolverine variant gotta be the funniest. It's a comic accurate short king. When he hopped out of that stool, I was dying. I was just waiting for him to ask for uppies. Then we get an Age of Apocalypse Wolverine variant, the patch Wolverine variant, who a lot of us thought was Daniel Radcliffe, a 100% accurate version of Old Man Logan, looking like Clint Eastwood. We get a Wolverine crucified on an X, just like the Fever Dream storyline. We get a Wolverine in the classic brown and yellow costume. This should have been his main one. This is the best costume he's ever worn. But then hold on, we get a Hulk cameo as Wolverine flashes his claws. They fucking cut as they're about to fight. Why would you show me something if I couldn't have it then? But they recreated this classic cover until we end up with my personal favorite, Henry Cavill as Wolverine, the Cavalrine. He did the Mission Impossible gun flex into the pop in the claws. Oh my god. Until we come across a Wolverine that finally has the classic blue and yellow costume, which only took 20 fucking years. Deadpool and Wolverine return back to the TVA. He says, on your left. Then we get a bunch of cameos, starting off with Chris Evans returning as not Captain America, Johnny Storm. Avengers, flame on! That's gotta be fucking top tier moment. I can flame on all day. Then we get a Sabretooth cameo before he loses his head. A Toad cameo. Aaron Stanford returns as Pyro. We get a Callisto variant from The Last Stand. An Azazel variant cameo from First Class. A Lady Deathstrike variant. A Psylocke variant. A Blob variant. A Russian variant. And do you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut bitch variant. The Fantastic Four hover cart also makes an appearance, along with the destroyed version of the Milano, the Q ship from Infinity War, the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, this freaking monument from Asgard, a Leviathan from the first Avengers, the Cupcake van from Moon Knight, these little fucking walking lava lamps from Loki, and of course, the 20th Century Fox logo, destroyed. We also see Allied from Loki Season 1, Episode 5, and he's angry and hungry. Deadpool and Wolverine actually get knocked out by one of the Sentinel legs from Days of Future Past. You can see Doctor Strange's cloak of levitation in Cassandra Nova's cave, or I guess Paul Rudd's head, who, speaking of, their lair is Giant Man, who is Ant-Man, but big. A lot of people don't know that. Cassandra Nova has her own personal sling ring with the Time and Reality Stone, which allows her to travel throughout the entire multiverse. We learn that the Fox X-Men universe is designated Earth 10,005. We also get a bunch of pop culture references like The Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman. This would have been a funny variant to see during that montage. Deadpool says, keep my country's name out your fucking mouth, obviously alluding to this. Deadpool does Spider-Man's thwips, except he goes pew pew instead. I wonder if that's a rights issue. And I think technically this is the first MCU movie where we've gotten a reference to the actual big three in Marvel Comics. When they go to the Resistance hideout, you can see this monument of the Scarlet Witch, Hulk's warrior bed from Ragnarok, and then we start getting the big cameo starting off with Jennifer Garner's Elektra, my personal favorite Wesley Snipes blade. This shit means something to me. Daphne Keane returning as Laura Kinney, aka X-23. And finally, we got Channing Tatum as Gambit. That only took 1,000 fucking years. Deadpool tells Gambit, who's your dialect coach? The Minions? The Minions over here catching strays. Nah. We learned that variants of the Punisher, Quicksilver, Magneto, and Daredevil all died. I thought it was funny how Electro was like, it's alright that Daredevil died. If you know, you know. Wesley Snipes saying that there's only ever been one Blade, and there's always only gonna be one Blade is I lost my shit when he said some motherfuckers still ice skating uphill. Wolverine makes reference to his version of Jean Grey, Scott, Beast, and Storm, but we don't see them. You can't keep getting away with it! I'm pretty sure Cassandra Nova was laying in Thanos' throne. We get the entire Deadpool core. Lady Pool is voiced by Blake Lively. Cowboy Pool is Matthew McConaughey. Alright. Head Pool is Nathan Fillion. And then Kid Pool and Baby Pool are both Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's kids, Inez and Olin Reynolds. During that big action sequence on the bus, you can see Stan Lee's streamer with Stan Lee's face on the bus. Shout out the GOAT. Wolverine put on the fucking cowl. I lost my shit, because this shit means something to me. Deadpool says he's like Batman, only he can actually move his neck, which is a reference to Michael Keaton's Batman not being able to move his neck. You get Feige's famous pizza, which is an obvious reference to Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios. And finally, at the end, Deadpool and Wolverine get shawarma, just like the Avengers in the post-credit scene for The Avengers. And Deadpool even says, did you know that the Avengers actually discovered shawarma? Those were all the Easter eggs, hidden details, and cameos that I was able to find. Let me know if I missed any, which ones you found, and which ones are your favorite. Drop a comment down below, and as always, like and follow for more.